one of the major themes of your book is that you instruct us all that it is not just important to see trans people and to represent trans people, but that acceptance has to go beyond that. No? What do you mean? What was the core message of this book?
Yeah, so The Risk It Takes to Bloom really delves into my experience coming into my identity, but of course, my journey coming into a commitment to social justice. And I think what's important for us to think about in this week, Trans Awareness Week, is, we've seen all of these strides around visibility. I think that's what folks often outside of the community latch onto. But of course, those strides around vitality haven't completely happened for everyone. And so we're still seeing, as you've said, upwards of 600 pieces of anti-LGBTQ plus legislation moved across the country. And of course, this ongoing epidemic of violence that is largely plaguing Black and brown trans women.
Beyond just seeing people, right? I think the important thing is humanizing them, right? It's not enough. One of the things that you also write about is this idea of how you described so much pain when you were watching the Breakfast Club interview, of course, trans icon Janet Mock. She goes on the show, and then they ridicule her. But just last week, comedian Marlon Wayans used the same show, right? He went on the Breakfast Club, and he embraced his trans son. Let's take a listen.
As a parent, I just want my kids to be free. I want them to be free in spirit, free in thought, free to be themselves. The more you know yourself, the more you can govern yourself, the more you live your truth, the happier your existence. So if they can't get that in the household with their father and their mother, how the do I send them out into the world with that kind of confidence? And I'm just so proud of them for being them.
Considering what you wrote, considering what you just saw, how do you measure progress? Like, what does this represent to you?
Well, I think it's beautiful to see parents like Marlon Wayans, of course, Dwayne and Gabrielle Wade Union, and so many others showing up to support their trans youth, especially Black trans kids need to be seen and understood and respected. And I think we still have a long way to go when it comes to coverage of trans people in the media. I mean, it's a different conversation to have when an ally can have that conversation and be respected than when a trans woman, especially a notable one like the amazing Janet Mock, and even, someone like me and Laverne and so many others are not always completely heard. And so I think we still have strides to make there. And of course, this year, I have to give it up to organizers in media who are calling out these big media outlets like the New York Times, for instance, on some of the failures it's had in covering trans people and youth recently.
One of the things that clip reminded me of is your own journey with your own father. Now, I know that your father passed away over a decade ago, but in a letter to him, you write, and I'm going to quote, you say, "Your death saddened me, but it also freed me." So, Raquel, how was his loss liberating? And I ask you because I feel like there's a lot of people that will resonate with this.
Absolutely. Well, I wish we had more time because there's so much nuance packed in here. Yeah. But when I think about my father, such a loving, strong figure in my life, and also someone who didn't know what was possible for a young Black, queer, and trans kid. And so a lot of his corrections around how I express myself and gender and on came with a bit of a bite, right? Because there needed to be more freedom, just like what people like Marlon Wayans are able to show in the climate now, thanks to the strides of so many trans figures. So I say all of that to say that I think we all need to be released from all of these gender expectations that don't serve many of us. It's not just the trans and non-binary folks, it's the cisgender folks, the ones who are not trans who need to be freed up, the men and the boys who need to be able to love what they love, who they love, have interests without being bombarded with these restrictions, and then so on for women and girls and on and on. So I hope that people understand that from the work that I do.
Raquel, I wish I could talk to you for many more hours, and I do hope that everyone reads your book because it's extremely important. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. The memoir, The Risk It Takes to Bloom, is out now. So is Raquel's new podcast series, Afterlives.